I lived in Australia on and off for about 7 years, and coming home to Estonia was even a bigger shock than moving abroad actually ever was. I think when you live abroad, you imagine coming home as this perfect moment when you see your family, you see your friends, eat all the food that you missed, go to the places you missed, and do all the things that you missed. But it's not always that simple. Reverse culture shock is real, and there are things that will surprise you, shock you, or just feel very different compared to when you left. And even a bit strange when you come back home. So I thought I'll share a few things that I see differently or feel differently at home after living in Australia. The first thing is the distances. My idea of what is far is totally changed. After living in Sydney, I don't think that something that is 1 hour or 2 hours away is far away. It just doesn't feel far anymore. Or even going to the city or a shopping mall, it just doesn't feel as such a hassle anymore. Now it feels easy to go and visit my sister who lives 2 hours away in another city. It's just simple. You just do it and you don't think much about it like, oh my god, that's so far, or oh my god, it takes 2 hours to get there and 2 hours to come back. It just doesn't feel as hard anymore. That's like nothing. It usually took me an hour to commute to work in Sydney and an hour to go back home. And now that hour or 2 hours feels just normal. The quietness. This one I really missed while living in Australia. But I also didn't realize how weird it can feel at the start when I just moved back. That it is so quiet and so small compared to Sydney, for example. And I mean, everything feels so small or like quiet. The distances, the airport, the cities, even restaurants and shopping malls. They're just so much more calmer and quiet. Yes, they can be also busy, but if I go there during the week, it's like nobody's there. It feels like nobody's there compared to Sydney, where it always sounded so busy. But it was something that I really, really missed as well. And now I actually love the quietness. It feels a lot less stressful when everything isn't so loud and so busy all the time. The 4 seasons. In Australia, you have different seasons as well, of course, but they don't feel as extreme as when I moved back home. I feel like here you can really truly see it and feel it. When it turns to -20 and -25, when it's just all gray and slushy and yeah, not the best weather all the time. So you can really, really feel it. Summer, autumn, spring, winter, they all look and feel very different. But the biggest thing I forgot is how much stuff you need. I mean clothes that you will need for all 4 seasons. Summer clothes, jackets for spring and autumn, winter, summer, proper winter coats, rain jackets, winter boots, summer shoes, in between shoes, more winter clothing if it's very cold. Like you need layers for winter. And it can be a lot. And I pretty much came back with just one suitcase, so I had nothing. And I had to start buying everything for every season. And clothes are expensive back home. I had forgotten how expensive it can be to buy clothes here. Even simple things like going outside in winter just takes so much effort. You have to layer up to go out the door. So it's not always the most enjoyable thing during winter, even though it can be beautiful. How short the summer really is. When you live in Australia, warm weather just feels normal most of the time. Even winters can be beautiful and warm and sunny and not as extremely cold. Sometimes you can even go to the beach when it's winter. Like winter is so much shorter compared to what it is here. And then I came back and realized how short summers here really are. It feels like we wait most of the year for the summer and we only get few months of the proper summer. And that means like probably 2 months because the rest of the time it's still rains or it's cloudy or it's not that nice. But when it finally comes, we really appreciate our summer here. Every sunny day feels like something you have to take the most of. And our summers really are beautiful. But they are too short. People and socializing. The hardest shock to me was getting used to socializing and back home and how people keep to themselves. This was really, really hard. In Australia, people are so friendly, so welcoming. You go to the shop and the cashier asks you how your day is going, and you feel like you're constantly smiling there to people. But here back home, people just keep to themselves. No small talk, no smiles, no random chats, basically nothing. And it felt very cold at first. Like, why aren't people smiling to me? Or why aren't they talking to me? Or why is nobody asking me, hi, how are you? Nothing like that. But it's just not a thing here. It's just part of our culture and it always has been. So it really took me quite some time to get used to this part. And that's something I really truly miss the most about Australia. And I think I say that in every video, but just that casual, hi, how are you? How's your day going? And just, yeah, that friendliness that makes your day better, I guess. I think this is one thing that really made an impact on me while living in Australia. I forgot how green everything is. The first summer back, it felt almost unreal. Like European summers are truly magical, I would say. They are something else. They're very different. And everything turns green so fast. Like it's winter, spring, and then suddenly it's summer. Everything is blooming and full of life. And sometimes I feel like so much changes in such a short time. And yes, Australia is green too, of course, but it also often feels more dry. So it's definitely different. I mean, yeah, it's something still surprises me even after 2 years. I still notice it, like how beautiful it is and how beautiful the nature becomes for summer. And I really love it. But Australia definitely wins with the beautiful beaches. Those are on another level. And this is not a comparison video, but our beaches are just not that. The long summer days. This is one of my favorite things, which I had forgotten about. I forgot how long Estonian summer days are. The sun can set after 11 p.m. and it feels like the day just doesn't end. It's still bright and light after 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. and it feels like, why am I going to bed when it's still sunny outside? Like that's how it feels like. So it really does changes how you live your day. You don't feel rushed. You can meet people later, go for walks late, sit outside for hours and just enjoy the day as much as you can. And because winters are so dark and so long, people really make the most of the summers here. The biggest shock was also that I didn't feel like home anymore. I really thought that moving abroad will be the big culture shock. But in reality, moving back home was even worse. It was more of a shock than moving abroad ever was. Because we can't expect that home to feel the same and be the same as we return. But so much has happened, so much has changed. And most of all, we have changed. So we don't see the things anymore in a same way and we feel differently about things. And as exciting it can be to be back, to see family and to enjoy all the things that we missed, to enjoy all our favorite things, it doesn't quite feel like home anymore. You feel more like a visitor at your own home and it's a weird feeling. It has gotten better in the last 2 years that I've been back, but the feeling will never be the same, I think, just because how much moving abroad actually changes your life. And some days it is hard to accept that, but despite all of that and despite all the struggles of being back home, I have a new appreciation for home. Living away really did make me appreciate home and its beauty in a new way. Like, no place is perfect, but every place has its beauty, its uniqueness. And being away made me notice those things even more and love my home even more. I've learned to love the things that I didn't before. I learned to appreciate the things that I didn't before, and that maybe I even took for granted before. But living abroad, I think I just saw things in a different way, in a different perspective. And now I see home in a new way. So, yeah, coming home is not as simple as I thought it would be. Some days I really like being back, and some days I miss my life in Australia. But I would love to hear your stories in the comments as well. What was the biggest culture shock when you moved back home? Or what did you see differently? Or how do you see your home differently after living abroad or traveling for a long period of time? Let me know in the comments. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!